Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Katie from Mitza Creek Farm, and it has been so hot and dry here. Yesterday was mid-90s. You can see behind me everything is just burnt up. Yesterday was mid-90s, today it's about 90. It doesn't feel nearly as bad as yesterday, but it is still bad. We just got done with tons of different projects, a whole bunch of little things that just needed to get done, and now I'm headed down to the high tunnel because I want to try to get some shade cloth on here because it was 130 in here yesterday and the plants are not appreciating it being that hot. I am so frustrated. My camera overheated and so I didn't get that on video. But Beck and I got the shade cloth up. We have it tied in each corner and then we have it tied on each end up in the center. And when it is cooler, I will come down and kind of straighten everything out and tie it all down and secure it. But with it being tied in 6 different spots, it's not going to go anywhere, so I'm not overly concerned. But wow, did this make a big difference. It is actually cooler here in the high tunnel than it is outside. And I forgot how wonderful it feels. In the summer, having the shade cloth on feels like you're sitting under a shade tree, and it is wonderful. It's not extremely bright, but you still get some sun, and it is so much cooler in here. I want to go look on the thermometer and see what the high temp was and what the temp dropped down to now that the shade cloth is down, because I bet it's a lot. All right, so the high was 107.6, and you can see once we got the shade cloth all the way on how much it dropped, and even now it still is dropping. And the current temp in here is, let me just go back, 97.5, 97.3. So the temp is still dropping. We have the wireless thermometer updates every, I think it's 10 minutes. So it isn't going to be like, you know, as it gets cooler in here, it's going to take a while for it to register, because with the temp going down, it only registers and syncs every 10 minutes. So that's okay. But I mean, that was it 10 degrees at least that it dropped in a matter of like 30 minutes? That is crazy. So I'm just sitting here taking a break and cooling off and enjoying this breeze. I've got a fan going, and then there's a cross breeze here. It feels so good. But next on my list, I got all my tomatoes planted, or almost all my tomatoes planted yesterday, and I think it was yesterday. Anyways, it is a mess. I need to get it cleaned up, and some of them still need some compost around them, because it got so hot yesterday that everything started shriveling up and getting serious heat damage and started dying. So I moved cow pastures into woods, the ewes and lambs, and there was something else I did, and then got irrigation sprinklers set up so that we can continue to water our pastures. And then I came down and worked on this, and it was a 98 degree day, I believe, or the heat index, whatever the real feel was like 98. So I just wanted to get these in the ground and get them like really, really watered and get them cooled off. So I didn't get them fully planted, so I'm gonna do that now, and I'm gonna get all my mess cleaned up, and then I have to do inventory on what plants I have to plant in here, because I have a bunch of zucchini, a couple melons, and not as many peppers as I thought I'd have, which is okay with me. I'm happy with that. But I just need to kind of take inventory on what I have so I can finish getting things planted and be a little bit more organized with it. I was just in looking at my calendar from last year, and we last year on today's date still had tulips. Our apple trees were just starting to bloom or blossom, and we still had the daffodils that I showed you a couple videos ago that had the 5 heads. Those were coming out. All those flowers are gone now. They're completely spent. It's just green there. And we also had our first baby tomatoes were last year on June 5th. We've had baby tomatoes for over a week now, and today is June 2nd. So that is how hot things are here now. And we also had, I'm just trying to look, see if there was anything else. Oh, our rugosa roses are blooming, and we first had blooms last year on June 15th. So we are 2.5, 3 weeks sooner, probably about 2.5 on the rugosa roses. Because it is June 2nd and they started blooming June 3rd. They started blooming a day or two ago. So that would be 15 days. So we are really hot for what we normally are, and we are weeks ahead. And yeah, it is very, very, very unseasonably warm, and that is putting a damper on things, but the plants seem to be loving it as long as they're getting water. So the tomatoes that I planted yesterday are all my Prairie Fire, which are all pretty much in the front, because these are a semi-indeterminate, so they're not going to be pruned, and you can see how rough they were looking. Those ones took the heat the hardest. And then these are different cherry and grape tomatoes back here, and they're looking good. Our Prairie Fire have had tomatoes on them for over a week now, but I went through and I picked off a bunch because they were getting blossom end rot because of they didn't appreciate yesterday's lack of watering and weather. But you can see I have tomatoes. I was so disappointed. I had to cut them off, but you can see them here. They just, because of the lack of water, and I probably didn't fertilize them enough as plants either. That probably didn't help. So you can see where I pulled them off, but we have lots more coming. I only cut them off if I saw that they had blossom end rot, but you can see there's some that are just completely wilted. I don't know if this one's gonna make it, but we'll give it a go. Oh, here's one that has blossom end rot. But this guy is looking good for now. But then these are the ones I planted a few weeks ago, and look how healthy and amazing they're looking. They are awesome. And I noticed that one of these Napa Chardonnays had a little baby tomato as well. Oh, look at those. There we go. Look at those. Those are looking awesome. I'm excited to try these guys. This I bought at a plant sale, and it is a Paul Robeson. So I'm excited to try that. Look at the blossoms on those. And then those are all Amish paste and mortgage lifters over there. And our peas are doing wonderful. They need water though. I need to hook up the hose to the drip. But we have peas everywhere, which is great to see. I know peas don't like the heat, so I was worried we wouldn't even get any this year. But we're really close to being able to start picking. So that is exciting. And my peppers that I don't even have in the ground yet have peppers on them. And I really hope that they keep producing peppers, because it's going to be a bit before I can get peppers planted. I'm hoping to get it done this week. But right now I just want to see what I have for peppers and squash and cucumbers, so that I can have everything together so that I can get it planted efficiently this week while we have the chance. These are leftover tomatoes, or tomatoes that I didn't think looked very healthy because of the heat yesterday. This one is bouncing back. This one, not quite so much. And this is the main stems, so I'm not quite sure if it's even worth saving. But this guy looks like he's going to bounce back. So I have 5 spots to plant tomatoes that I need to decide what I want to do. And so I'm going to go through those guys and pick what I want. I have 1 serrano pepper. I have 2 jigsaw. This little guy has just been plugging along. I can't wait to get him in the ground so that he can grow better. This is probably going to go in a flower bed. And then this jigsaw pepper is looking awesome. Look at the peppers on it already. I love these plants. They're beautiful. These are habaneras, so the heatless habaneros. This is an Ozark Bell. This was way too small to be bringing, so it's been neglected, just kind of like that guy. And so it didn't go in any of my plant sales, and now with the heat it shot up. So I will plant that one. This was an intruder pepper, and actually the stem broke on it, so I taped it and let it heal, and it looks good, and it has lots of blossoms on it now. And then these are peppers that I got. I didn't sell them at all. These were just for me. They're called Big Bertha bell peppers, and they literally have been sitting in this tray since I brought them down to the high tunnel. And look at all these peppers on them. These seeds were expensive though, so that's why I didn't sell them. And it is a greenhouse production hybrid, so that is why for that. Looks like I have 16 peppers and 5 tomatoes left to plant. Now I need to count the melons and the zucchinis and the cucumbers. So these were, I believe, bush cucumbers. I got 2 of those, and then I have 1, 2, that's a summer dance. Those are bush. So these are summer dance cucumbers, which are slicers. And then I have 4 bush, it looks like. I know I have more of these. These are the round zucchinis. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those need water. That's around 3 white zucchinis. Summer dance, so that is also a slicer. There we go. Okay, watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe, zucchini. 2 more over here. Let's see, this is a white zucchini and a bush pickle. Okay, so zucchini, put this with the other cucumbers. All right, so here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slicing cucumbers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bush cucumbers. And then I have, you see that the guys are round, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 round zucchinis, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of the long white Italian heirloom zucchinis. And then 2 Dunja, which are green, hybrid, traditional, but you normally get zucchinis. So we have a lot of zucchini. I don't need this many rounds. I'm thinking if I have space to plant them, I might as well, because I can always feed them to the goats and sheep and cows. And then over here we have 2 honeydew, 3 watermelon, and a cantaloupe. I'm really happy with those numbers. I wish it was 2, 2, and 2, but that's okay. These will be the perfect amount for what we need. Oh, I just saw another tray. I wonder what they are. Way over here by the door. Okay, white zucchini, white zucchini, white zucchini, round squash, round squash, round squash, dunja zucchini. So white, long Italian heirloom, the round zucchinis, dunja. These ones look so healthy. The dunja zucchini, sugar baby watermelon. Ooh, there's another cantaloupe, perfect. And another cantaloupe, and what's this guy? Sugar baby watermelon. All right, so that means I have more than what I need. So I probably will make a Facebook post asking anybody if they want those plants. There's no point in throwing them away, especially with as healthy as those guys are looking. They are looking awesome. I feel like we're making progress in here. That's really good. It still is a mess. I have plants everywhere, but we're getting less and less, and we're making lots of progress, and it's a little more organized. I almost forgot to hook the drip tape up for the peas right now because we are still planting. We don't have the main irrigation line for all the drip. Everything has drip. It's under the black poly. The peas are above it because I wasn't that far ahead of the game. But we are having to hook up either water by hand or hook up the hose to the drip tape. So it always kind of gets forgotten because it's just one more thing. So I'm going to get this hooked up and let it run for a couple hours and give these guys a really good soaking. I'm going to check what the temperature is in here one more time just because there is a huge difference. It feels cool in here. It feels wonderful. So I want to check that one more time before I'm done for the night. All right, and the lowest temp was 91 right there. Oops. So, and the highest temp was whatever it was earlier, 107 point something. So that is a difference of 107 and 91, 16 degrees, just having shade cloth on. That is huge. That is it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.